Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your favorite player partner, Black Season, aka Black Assassin, and we're back with another Whiskey Wednesday video. Today, in light of the holiday, we're gonna be doing the smoking a little bit different today. And what I mean by that is, normally, this will be the part of the video where I'm like, hey, this is the part of the video where we're going to start mixing the wood chips, but in light of the holiday, we are going to, as opposed to smoke the wood chips, we are going to smoke the za. Alright? So, with that being said, without further ado, also, today's whiskey has a little bit of a rosin in it due to the fact of the holiday. So, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, and today's topic is going to be partying versus going to the club. Alright? While that's sitting in there, let me get situated, shall we? How's everybody doing today? Welcome in. I appreciate you guys for being here. Give me a second. Alright. As always, until this bottle is done, we got the Hibiki, the Japanese whiskey is what we're going to be smoking today. Like I said, due to the fact that it is the holiday, we are added a little bit of THC to this. So let's see how it gets down. Alright. Obviously, it's about that time, so let's pop the top, shall we? Ooh, okay. Now, okay. So we smoked the za, right? And you definitely get that za smoke feel to it. It's definitely different from the wood chips, which is actually pretty good and refreshing. But we still got a little bit on there, so I didn't think that it was gonna, to be honest with you. Alright, so like I said, today's topic is going to be partying or going to the club. Which do you prefer and why? Realistically, I think because I am what you would like to call a house party monster. So, I'm gonna go with house parties. And the reason why, one of the reasons I enjoy house parties over going to the club, because especially if you throw in the party, you pretty much can control the vibe before the vibe even gets started. You feel me? Ooh, pop the top. Look at that. But yeah, the smoke with the wood chips, with the za is not bad. But yeah, the reason why I'm gonna go with house parties is because, like I said, you get to control the vibe, and if you gonna leave your house for anything, sometimes being able to control the vibe is probably the best way, right? But don't get me wrong, the club be going, the club be going crazy too, and the good thing is you don't have to. You basically going for the vibe. You don't have to create the vibe. But I don't know, man. With the, I mean, just no matter whose party you going to or whose club you going to, it's always the same thing. You know, you can get a mix of volatile people together, and they start doing crazy stuff, right? But at least with the house party, like your boy, okay, was once, like I said, a party monster, and not in a bad way. Is in like people, other people changed the way that they threw their house parties because of the way that I threw mine. Like I am one of the people. Like if I throw any type of function, right, we gotta have food there. I don't care what type of function it is. We gotta have food, especially because 9 times out of 10, most of the functions that I put together, we have a vast amount of alcohol. So sometimes you need something to sop that shit up, you know. And when you go to the club, there's not, I mean, there's food, but there's not necessarily food until afterwards, you know, where you get street truck vendors, they be outside and stuff like that. Still, that is not bad at all. Not bad at all. And it get kind of like a little head high going on, which is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, but like when you go to the club, like I said, depending on where you go, what time you go, it's just packed for no reason, right? You be like, all right, it's cool, but you be trying to dance around and be bumping into people. Oops, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Like you in there throwing bows, right? Don't get me wrong. At a house party, you can get that same thing, but like I said, especially if you throw in the house party, you kind of control. Like I said, you control the vibe, and you're able to. At least for me, right? I put before any house party, I sat down with the DJ or whatever, and we came up with a playlist for the night. Like, no matter what we do tonight, these songs have to be played, not in any particular order, just these songs. And the DJ's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna throw this on here, and they'll remix. And I was like, hell yeah, bet, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy having a DJ at a house party. It just really brings in the vibe. Like, there's nothing worse than going to a house party and the person that's playing music is playing music off of they speaker, and they got the pay. They didn't pay for they music service. So we sitting here trying to catch a vibe and a commercial go off. Are you serious? Get out the party. You shouldn't even be here no more, right? But going to the club allows you to necessarily meet different people, see people in that other environment. But like I said, I don't know. There's just if you got good neighbors and decent parking for the people who's gonna drive or whatever, house parties. There's just nothing that hits like a house party, bro. Like, man. And this is coming from a person who used to throw ragers. Okay, I'm talking about people dancing over here, going crazy. It's a party, you know. Like, what's that one song when they like, "Welcome to my house party, party, welcome to my house party, party." motherfucker be going crazy, right? But don't get me wrong, like I said, the club be jumping too. The thing is, going to the club, you always like, especially if you get like invited, if it's like at a spot that you ain't never been or whatever, you always hit with the, oh, who all gonna be there? But that's the same. If you go into a house party, you like, wait a minute, who all gonna be in there just in case? Cause you don't want, you don't want to be over here if you know you're not supposed to be over here, all that stuff. But what I can say is, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, especially when you go out, the DJ is not necessarily there to get you to dance or make you want to dance. And what I mean by that is like people, like a lot of DJs will be there, be at a venue or whatever just to get paid, right? Like they already came up with a set. They not vibing with the crowd, stuff like that. So they just here to get their set. But at the same time, they they're the professional. This day job, you wouldn't like it if somebody came to your job and knocked the mop out of your hand, you know, slap the spatula out of your hand. You wouldn't like that. So how can you go to somebody else's place of business and tell them how to do their job, right? Like, excuse me, you're a tax attorney. Don't come over here talking to me about how to spend these records, okay? When I need my taxes done, I'll come to you, right? Shout out to tax attorneys. Ain't taking the shot. I'm just saying, I don't understand how you can go to a club and tell a DJ how to do their job when they don't come to your job and tell you how to do it. You feel me? Like your local DJ is not coming to the strip club showing you how to slide down the pole or nothing like that. But we're getting a little off the rails. Let's get it back. But yeah, I think that, and like I said, some DJs you go out and they like looking into the crowd, they vibing, they seeing with how the crowd is moving and stuff, and then they might hit you with a, you thought you just sweated out your perm. You're like, whew, man, I gotta go sit down, and then they hit you with another banger, and you just like, oh my god, I can't stop dancing. Oh my god, I can't stop dancing. Right? They going crazy. You having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. Drinks is being made because you dancing, you sweating, so you getting thirsty. Now you going to the bar. Everybody, you spending money. The bar's happy, you happy, the DJ's happy, and we all in this bitch, right? Thug it. Now at a house party, you get that same vibe, and 9 times out of 10, the DJ, unless you got the bag, you didn't hire somebody, right? Like one of your homies that got a turntable. You was like, you know what, bro? What you doing Saturday night? Nothing. I got a couple $100 for you if you want to come spend some records. I'm like, hell yeah, couple hundred on the night I wasn't gonna make nothing. Bet, right? But then, like I said, if you know the DJ, then y'all get to sit down and be like, hey, bro, let's put this together. And you're like, yeah, I got you. And then next thing you know, now you done came up with a magnificent playlist, right? Like, because in my life, I have done security. So when I used to throw parties, my ratio, okay, we gotta talk about the radio the ratio at the house parties. The wrong ratio could ruin the night, okay? And I found out just through travels in life that 9 times out of 10, if you have a lot of cool and like-minded women in a space, the guys will come even more just to possibly have the opportunity to be in the space. Not make it awkward, but just be in the space surrounding these lights. of energy, right? So what you do is, back in my party days, okay, the ratio was, I do believe the ratio was 2 to 1. So for every two women, there's one guy. And you're like, oh man, that's messed up. Look, first off, I don't like to party with too many guys in general, right? So this my party. I'm hosting it. I'm gonna put the ratio together of what I think. But I have also been able to create a environment where people from every walk of life feels included and they all having fun, right? Like, I done had parties where we done had the gangsters, the nerds, the super sluts, the conserved ones, like everybody in this motherfucker turning up, having a good time, taking group jello shots together. Like we have literally put stuff together and you be like, man, sometimes you just gotta sit back and take in your masterpiece, if you will, right? Sorry, I had to finish that. But like I said, the club be jumping too. But not all the time, because sometimes you get the DJ in there and they just there to play a set. They not there to vibe with the crowd. And how you the DJ, you're not trying to vibe with the crowd. Like, I get not taking suggestions or stuff like that, but at the same time, the people want to hear what they want to hear, okay? If you at the club and somebody's like, hey, play that, take me through there. Sometimes you might have to take them through there. You know, sometimes you might have to get in there, you know. But I don't know. Because you could be at the club, right? And 9 times out of 10, depending on what DJ it is, depending on what night it is, you know at some point of that night, you were going to hear Juveniles back that ass up, right? And no matter where you at, you gonna back that ass up, right? But then sometimes the DJ be fucking with you because they'll play that and then they'll play a song that's on a completely different opposite of the spectrum. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a banger, but it ain't a back that ass up. You feel me? Right? But then at a house party, not only are you gonna get that back that ass up by Juvenile, you might get a circle by Little Ron. So now it's like, now you got the girl, you lose fashion, you magic, right? And then it's throw that ass in the circle. And you just go, oh my God, you go crazy. Put your hands in the air. Hold on for dear life, because they throwing it, okay? You gonna be able to catch it? Who knows? But the opportunity is there for you to catch it. So, I don't know. You guys tell me. Are you more? Do you prefer the club, or do you like the house parties? Right? And I mean, with anything, whether it's a good club or a good house party, if the vibes are vibing, the violence never seems to come those places. Violence happens when you got people standing on the wall, thinking they too cool for school, bumping into each other, and these can happen at either places, right? But when the vibes are vibing, ain't nobody trying to fight, right? Ain't nobody putting their finger in nobody's face. You know, when the vibes are vibing, everybody is having a much better time. So with that being said, we're going to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys. My name is Black Season, a.k.a. Black Assassin, and this has been another Whiskey Wednesdays on the Press A to Jump podcast. I'm your host, as always. And remember, no matter what you do this week, if you Don't do anything else. Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you're proud of them. The world would be a whole lot nicer place if we nicer to each other. So take that with what you will. Y'all be safe now. Have a good week. Peace out, motherfuckers. Oh, let's fucking go.